Welcome back. Well, just when we thought things were sort of getting back to normal, the Omicron wave crushed our hopes of returning to the office, and a lot of Australians are still finding themselves working from home. But will the remote office and the ability to do your job from anywhere in the world stick around long after COVID?
And could our paychecks be replaced with cryptocurrency? We're expecting to see big changes to technology, security and artificial intelligence this year. So what can we predict for 2022? To explain, speaker, author and futurist Michael McQueen joins us now. Great to see you, Michael.
Good evening, mate. Hello, mate.
Despite our ability to adapt to working from home, it's not to be expected to be a lasting trend, pandemic or not, or it is?
Well, there's been lots of talk in the last 2 years about like the demise of the office. Interestingly, the most recent modelling is about 10% of companies will stay fully remote when this is all done. About 30% will actually go back to the office full time, but then about 60% will do that whole hybrid, a few days in the office, a few days at home. And what's driving that is that desire for like culture, collaboration, but particularly young staff who are struggling with remote work. But it's not just like where we do work, but also how many days a week we'll do work. That'll be interesting to watch next year.
Yeah, because word out of the UK, news out of the UK, a 4-day working week is being trialled, right? The campaign and research will kick off in June and run till December. The US, Canada and Australia, maybe New Zealand too, could follow suit.
Yeah.
What do you think?
There's a lot of push toward this four-day work week. It won't work in every industry, obviously, but I think we'll watch this. So June to December, University of Cambridge and Oxford are doing this as a nationwide trial. It'll be very interesting to see how it goes.
The morning show, 4 days a week, coming to you. What?
Well, if I do 2 and you do 2, then we can go for it.
We've spoken about before a lot about cryptocurrency, Bitcoin becoming legal tender. Well, it is kind of sort of already, but not widespread or mainstream, right?
Yeah.
So what's the news on Bitcoin?
So it's been a bumpy time for Bitcoin in terms of valuations, but last year was really significant. So for instance, PayPal announced you could now accept, they would accept cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin as payment. But the big thing was El Salvador, who last year were the first country in the world to accept it as legal national tender. And this is significant because as we speak today, more people own a Bitcoin wallet in El Salvador than have a bank account. And we're expected to see a few other countries this year follow suit. So Panama and Paraguay are expected to follow suit this year.
Are we taking our cues from El Salvador, though? Or?
Well, we may well, because often we see a lot of these breakthrough technologies take root in countries that are in developing markets, and then they actually feed back into Western markets. So in the US, 27% of people want to see the same thing happen.
So, oh look, just hypothetically speaking, if you had some money secreted away in Panama, could you flip it across to Bitcoin in El Salvador?
You could.
Okay, just asking. Kylie.
For a friend.
The top 200 most common passwords list was revealed at the end of last year. Surprise, surprise. Password and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 make the top 5. I thought I had everyone go on their cars with my passwords. Now I have to change them.
Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like, honestly. Really? Well, I mean, I'm surprised at this. Michael, are you surprised?
Well, I'm sort of not surprised because the average, on average, we each have about 200 passwords we've got to maintain across all the stuff in our life. And so we'll probably see those become less necessary over the next few years, which is exciting for all of us.
What will happen?
Biometrics. So biometrics are using things like our retina, fingerprint, facial recognition, even voice recognition. So in the last few months, for instance, Microsoft have now rolled out a new update. So if you're using Windows 10 or 11, you can actually set that up with no password at all. Everything is done using biometrics. So this is, it's called multi-factor authentication. This is the thing to watch over the next 12 months.
I've stopped joining things because of the password. I have got no more passwords left in me. Like, honestly, I'm not joining any more shopping websites, any more platforms. I'm just not doing it.
We just showed you Kylie's password list. Anyway, the retina stuff's good. That'll be handy when you can just scratch my eyes out next time you use that. Now, just before we let you go, some positive news for the future of cinemas. Movie theatres didn't perish during the pandemic.
And I think 2022 will be when with the year we discover what we actually didn't miss, or we actually missed, or what didn't change throughout the pandemic. And one of them is our desire to go back to the movies. So the expectation is 58% jump this year in box office sales, but it'll be not until 2023 we get back to pre-pandemic levels of going to the movies. But we're on our way back.
So it's one of the things that we missed.
Absolutely.
And we're aiming to get back to. I get that.
Yeah, Nate, lovely to see you. If you could just get us a timeline on that Panama crypto thing.
But so the thing is, you would get paid for the week and it would be like, here's your 1 Bitcoin or your half a bit. What's Bitcoin worth now?
It depends which hour of the day you
Yeah,
want to
okay,
ask the
right.
question,
It's
really.
like, here's a quarter of a Bitcoin for your month.
But then you pop across to El Salvador and you buy a Hyundai XL
no
Sprint.
idea.
Thank you, mate.
Thank
Pleasure.
you. For more
Not that I
insight,
thought that through.
for more insights from futurist Michael McQueen, you can pick up a copy of Michael's book. It's called The New Now.
Always interesting, Michael. Thank you.